Word on the chain has it. Item number three. Sorry if you were a hodler, but the rich dwarves tribe has officially rugged. That's right. If you didn't hear about it, this was a sold out collection of 4,499 NFTs. They minted back in December, actually December 11th of 2021 to be exact, for a beautiful price, which was cheap back then, of point 0.2 ETH. I was talking about this the other day, like 0.12s, 0.07s. You were like, oh, 0.07 mint. Oh, that's the deal of the century. Now, if it's not free, you're like, fuck you. The mentality, how fast this space changes. It's crazy. But it minted for point 0.2, sold out like nobody's business. And holders actually included Jason Derulo, Neo, Bow Wow, Fred Durst, and many other names of that caliber. A lot of artists, a lot of musicians, a lot of producers, actors, stuff like that were involved in it. They had promised metaverses, exclusive events, metaverse exclusive events, staking, future collections, access to those collections, incubators, launch pads, massive giveaways, and much more. So, it just goes to show, like, you never know who you should follow. You never know who you should really keep your eye on out there, right? And as I changed it actually to Web3, you guys got way too long access to that. That was cheating. It just goes to show you never know. Just do your research, and I would so much like. I'm not saying there's not any problem at all with doxing or anything in between, or even having a team that you really know who the team is. I'm not saying that, but it just be careful. I invest in people. I invest in people who I have spent amounts of time with and have good conversations with, like Daphne, who will be joining us very soon in about 5 minutes from now on Doorkeepers, the founder and artist behind the Taggers NFT collection. But we'll talk about that here soon. And I just invest in people that I know and that I trust. And I guess at the same time, too, you see Jason Derulo, Neo, Bow Wow, these guys getting involved. You're like, shit, I might as well go involved too. And then you get rugged out. So it just it's a part of the game. You're gonna get involved in NFTs and investing. It's part of the game, and I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. I'll be saying it in 10 years when Diamond Hand Radio is the biggest platform on the internet for Web3 and blockchain and NFT and Web4 and Web5. When we get to that, investing is a contact sport, and if you do not have enough padding to survive a couple of hits, then you should not be in the game. Point blank, period. I'll leave it at that. Word on the chain has it. Item number 4. This did happen last week, but I didn't really mention it because I wanted to do some research on what it all meant. So if you saw, Wallet Guard made a post about MetaMask, a big MetaMask update, and I actually retweeted, and I thought it was really cool stuff, and I need to do some more research on it. Apparently, a lot of these hacks, when you go to a link and you hit connect or whatever, or sign, what you're doing is setting approval for all. That's what's getting written into the smart contract. And that is what allows these hackers who do write the contracts to have full access of all your NFTs and all your tokens, transfer them out, and completely screw you of everything. Now, that being said, MetaMask has put in an update that puts in big bold letters, you give permission to all of X NFTs or whatever you're doing. And it also says, by granting permissions, you're allowing the following account to access your funds and all of your assets. Bang. That should stop you in your tracks. Hit decline. Hopefully what they're doing is showing like, hey, we care about security and we know what's happening. We're trying to move as fast as we can. And what this says to me is MetaMask is trying to say, hey, security's coming. We're trying to help you. And I like that at least they're doing something. Okay. At least they're doing something. Word on the chain has it. Item number 5. I mentioned this just a second ago, but Vitalik Buterin made a comment on Meta and the stuff that Mark Zuckerberg's doing with formerly Facebook. Essentially, Vitalik said anything Meta creates right now will misfire, not maybe, will misfire. It's way too early to know what people actually want in the market. I told you right there, it is pretty early. I mean, free mints were here like a doggone wildfire, and then they just disappeared out of nowhere. So, they're still here a little bit, but what's that next thing going to be? What do people want? Is it going to be gaming? Is it going to be some type of metaverse? What's going on with Yuga and other side? And there's so much. What do people really want? And I am just invested for the long term. And shout out to Flip It. Said it today on the second breakfast. I promise you, the richest of the people are the diamond hands right now, who are just holding and being involved in communities, because there's really not a far dip when you should be buying, and there's really not a big pump when you should be selling. So they're just hanging out, making the diamond hand stronger and stronger and stronger. And before you know it, when the pump comes, then they're going to start selling, and the rich get richer. And the beat goes on, my friend. So don't miss the opportunity. There's still time. The rocket ship's going to the moon, but you better get on, boys and girls. Last but certainly not least, word on the chain has it, item number 6, closing out the day. There has been an updated collectibles and NFT market size forecast, courtesy of Market Decipher. The data and insights were published. The market size in 2021 of NFTs and collectibles was 402 billion, based on projections and a 2032 forecast. In 2032, the market size of NFTs and collectibles is projected to be $1 trillion. That is 1 trillion with a T. So if you're here early, and consider yourself one of the lucky few. You, my friend, you young man, you young lady, are the one. You are building, you are making Web3 a special place to be. That does it. Okay.